used the waffle. That's really good. But the thing is, I need some heat and some spice. We've got to think about the eatability, guys, and you have to. I mean, why is this in a bowl? I think it should be on a plate.
I am struggling to cut the shrimp and then the cake and trying to make a composed bite. But the shrimp is cooked very well. It's got the remoulade right on top. The asparagus works very well. You crack the code of this maniacal basket.
Thank you, Chef.
The asparagus in the polenta, if you're going to do that move, you have to chop them up so they become part of the dish. And the other thing that this dish needs is acid.
Thank you, Chef.
Chef Alex, please tell us about your dish.
So today I made waffles with fried haggis, surf and turf, with a little asparagus puree.
The haggis peanut, that is brilliant. I love haggis right now, and you're the reason.
What did he do to the haggis, Marcus?
I mixed a little peanut butter.
And a little bit of greens in the
little
for sure.
cilantro, yeah.
That should be on your opening restaurant. Not in Mom's restaurant, in your restaurant. I'm just not a fan of the asparagus sauce. It doesn't eat well, it doesn't taste well.
The blueberry waffle, if you would have just put it in the haggis with the peanut butter, you know, you would have
Absolutely.
transformed it.
Why is there maple syrup on the plate?
To tie in the chicken and waffle theme that I had with the haggis.
Themes are best when they also function. By adding more sweet to the plate, you actually tip the entire dish, and then you didn't balance it with acid or spice. Next time, respect the food just a little bit more.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Finally, Chef Tim.
I did a white bean and haggis with radicchio and asparagus saute, and then a chili shrimp with blueberry croutons.
The white beans was really smart to pair the haggis, and I also like the radicchio. I like that bitter and sour, but you overcook the shrimp. So it gets tough when it's supposed to get moist and juicy.
My biggest problem here is that you've given me an appetizer plate in an entree portion. This is an appetizer round. Mistakes would have been reduced had the mass been reduced by 70%.
There is some yumminess happening with the beans and the radicchio, but the fact that you overcook the asparagus makes it very sulfuric.
Judges may have some trouble deciding who has to go. Only 3 chefs can continue.
The judges didn't say any of my shrimp were overcooked. I think it could be between myself and Chef Tim.
I'm feeling very nervous about my dish. I was so obsessed with the haggis that I let the shrimp and the asparagus just wait too long.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Tim, you've been chopped. Judges?
Chef Tim, the way you treated the shrimp, you overcooked them so they become really tough and difficult to eat. And so we had to chop you.
Thank you. Thank you. Alton's basket was really tough. In retrospect, I'm like, okay, what could I have done differently? But you know what? It is what it is.
Chef Idris, Chef Leilani, Chef Alex, chopped baskets ratcheted up by Alton Brown. Check it out. How nice of Alton to provide you with
Banana peels.
fermented banana peels.
Banana.
He's also given you wild boar 4 shanks
Wild boar.
This is crazy.
What's this?
and bitter melon.
Oof. I'm gonna work for these.
What is this?
Wow, what is that?
Oh, plus Shiakara. Okay, that's an extra special request from the monstrous Kent Mitchell of Moss Beach, California. That is, of course, pieces of fish or squid fermented in their own guts. Have fun.
Great.
Thanks, Kent. Like, Kent, really? You don't even know me. Why would you do that to me?
30 minutes to make main dishes. Clock starts now.
Come on, chefs, let's go.
Have fun.
This is probably the toughest basket I've ever seen in chef history.
Idris,
Yes,
are you letting Alton's maniacal basket get the best of you?
not today.
Really?
This basket is much worse than the first one. Shakara, God help me.
A fermented combination of squid and guts.
This is Kent Mitchell. He's responsible for bringing the shikara into this. He apparently had it in Japan. He was shocked and surprised in a bad way.
It is the scariest ingredient I can possibly imagine. It is incredibly salty, really pungent. Good luck with that, chefs.
Alton's fans are...
Fantastic.
Demented.
They
Inspired.
are maniacal.
Maniacs. We get stuff done.
The shikara, since it's fermented, it carries a lot of umami flavor in it. So I'm gonna make a sauce out of it. I made it to the entree round. I've listened to what the judges have said. So I gotta make sure that this plate is put together properly. I'm making a wild boar en poivre with basmati rice and bitter melon. Cooking wild boar shanks in 30 minutes, it's a stretch.
Hi, Idris.
This is just too tough of a meat, and I'm just gonna pound it away.
What's the plan?
Trying to make like a schnitzel.
Is that...
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I definitely feel like the maniacal basket is definitely winning. One of my favorite ingredients in the basket is actually the bitter melon. We have to know what to do with it. Because when I say bitter, I mean it is bitter.
The trick is to peel it, cut it into thin slices, and salt it.
I've been eating bitter melon since I was little. You really, really have to make sure that you draw the bitterness out. I peel the skin off and get it into some water with some mirin and some vegetable stock. I'm going to make bitter melon and sweet potato hash with wild boar.
Wild boar isn't like a domestic pig. That thing walks around a lot. There's massive amounts of connective tissue.
Hey guys, Leilani put the entire wild boar shank in her cast iron. Bad move.
Yeah.
It's not going to be cooked on time.
No, that is a tough cut of meat. Less than 20 minutes to go, chefs.
Time is going by quicker than you could ever imagine. And I'm not familiar with any of these ingredients. These banana peels look like a science experiment gone wrong.
The banana peels are in a bath of apple cider vinegar, which is an eminently useful ingredient.
And it's a close friend of pork.
Alton's expectations are extremely high. If I'm able to impress him, that's all I need. I've got to introduce fat and creamy richness to this basket. I'm making bitter melon and fermented banana peel risotto with ground wild boar. I gotta grind it because that's the only way I see it being cooked in time. So I'm gonna get it into a pan. I'm gonna get some panko crumbs in there to crisp it all up.
Basmati rice is very aromatic, and I think it'll go great with the banana peel. But I'm having serious issues with this bitter melon. Why is this so bitter?
Idris didn't peel his melon. You gotta peel it.
I'm planning on adding it to other vegetables to mute the bitterness.
I throw my bitter melon and my sweet potatoes in a pan. I take the fermented banana peel and throw it in the hash.
5 minutes to go, chefs.
That's not a lot of time, chefs.
There is no way I'm tasting this shikara. It looks like worms.
Lord have mercy.
I'm going to deep fry it and use it as crispy bits.
Leilani, how are you feeling?
Like a wreck.
This wild boar is the biggest pain in my butt. The pressure on this and the time limit, I'm worried. This shikora, I guess I'm gonna fry it.
When in doubt, throw it in the fryer. We'll see if it works. 2-minute warning, chefs.
Go to check on my boar, and this daggone stuff is still tough. I'm just gonna have to see what happens.
I go ahead and I pull the Dutch oven. The wild boar is not done yet. I'm in trouble at this point. I just start slicing chunks off of it.
All 4 ingredients on the plate, guys.
This round is winding down, chefs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up.
Chef Samuelson said that he thinks this is the toughest basket in Chopped history, and I'm just proud that I could be involved in that. I think that there were a lot of different ways to play this one, personally, but I'm not sure everybody here really thought it through.
Chefs, round 2 of this Alton's Maniacal Baskets battle saw you cooking with fermented banana peels, wild boar foreshanks, bitter melon, and shikara. And we start with you, Chef Alex. What have you made?
Today we have a risotto of a bitter melon, fermented banana peel, ground wild boar on top, and some fried shikar.
10 years I've been here, this is the hardest basket I've ever seen. Very, very difficult. It looks stunning aesthetically. I like the creaminess of the risotto, but you dump 2 basket ingredients into the risotto. One you were really successful with, the bitter melon, but the banana leaves doesn't eat well.
The shikara is delicious. That crunchiness, that savoriness works great. I actually do not agree with Marcus on the bitter melon. By adding sweetness to it, you've accentuated the bitterness to it.
I think that the play with the bitter melon was to keep it by itself and use it as an accent for other things. I think the moment that its flavor permeated the whole risotto, bitter will win out.
Yeah.
The cook on the shikara is lovely. That's damn tasty.
Thank you.
Next up, Chef Leilani.
I have prepared for you a sweet potato and bitter melon hash, roasted boar, and a fried shikara topping.
Chef, what are you trying to show people as you compete here?
Women of color who are chefs have been underrepresented for so long, and I feel like I'm that representative right now.
The shikara you have transformed beautifully. But then when I go to the bitter melon, it's like bitterness in your face. Leilani, have you braised like lamb shanks before?
I have.
I mean, there is no way that you can get this done in 30 minutes.
There is one good bite in there. You gotta go slalom skiing and pick it out. The banana peel idea is brilliant, but it's kind of hard to taste it.
After you seared the shank, can you tell me the other things that went into that vessel?
Onions, garlic, and red wine.
It's incredibly chewy. We made it sound like the maniacal part of this basket was rotten fish guts, but it wasn't.
It was the boar.
You attempted to find comfort in a situation where there was to be none. The basket won this one. The basket won this one.
Finally, Chef Idris, please tell us about your entree, sir.
Okay, I have a wild boar en poivre, curried basmati rice, and roasted vegetables. I put the banana leaf inside the rice, and I use the shikara as a salt.
The best part of this plate is with the sauce. That's a good play.
Thank you.
But I'm still looking for the fermented banana peel.
To Marcus's point, the sauce is brilliant. It's got that funky saltiness, which I think is really delicious. The wild boar, it is really, really tough.
Yes.
And you see this? You left the peel on it. With a bitter melon, you need to peel it.
I think Mead's completely correct. Peel the damn thing. And I get this. You're like, okay, I'm going to balance this with these other flavors.
Right.
Well, that would have required me to have this and this and this and this all in my mouth at the same time, right?
Right.
So that's an issue.
The maniacal basket won.
Yeah, it got me.
All right. One more chef must leave us before the final round.
I need to get to that final round. I got my fingers and my toes crossed.
It's all about Alton's Maniacal Basket, and I'm worried that I might not have used enough of the ingredient.
I'm so excited because I went to Italy with Giada.
I was born and raised here, so I have a different perspective.
We went to Rome, we went to Tuscany, drank a little. Salute.
Salute.
A lot.
Eating good food, drinking great wine, and sharing it with your friends keeps you young. This is my happy place.
I'm never leaving. Do you consider me a Roman local now?
Bobby and Giada in Italy. Premieres 4th May on Food Network. Robert Irvine is a man on a mission.
The soup tasted like the sewer. You're not as good as you think you are.
As he fights to save these struggling restaurants.
We either take off or we give up.
I'm very scared right now.
Can he fix the menus?
Stop the kitchen completely. Stop it.
And tame egos.
Why would I come to this dump? That can't happen.
You gotta get out of the kitchen and let me handle it.
That's what food is. That's what I want.
Restaurant Impossible. Tuesdays on Food Network. What's cooking in this parking lot?
Going in hot.
Oh yeah, baby. 4 chefs race against the clock to create dishes.
Caramba.
With groceries bought from unsuspecting shoppers.
$60 for your butter?
For butter?
But they never know what they'll get.
Got this cheese in here.
I definitely hit the jackpot.
Who will impress the jury?
Your fried chicken is picture perfect.
You know what you're doing, bro.
And win $10,000.
The winning chef
Is Supermarket Stakeout. Mondays on Food Network.
Do you think we should buy it?
It's gonna look amazing.
All right, let's do it.
You're gonna need a new roof.
$800,000 for one bathroom house?
Well, it's a fixer. I like everything about the AD. I think it's coming out great.
And oh my gosh, this is incredible.
It's looking pretty good back here.
This looks wonderful.
Oh my God, I love it. Flip or Flop. Tuesdays on HGTV.
Good food
traditionally is eaten with small potatoes.
Transcends all boundaries.
Singaporeans love fried chicken. That's why I went to Nashville to try this out, bring it back to Singapore.
Wow, it's hot, man.
Explore the shared history.
A lot of similarities between Lebanese kebabs and other Middle Eastern kebabs.
Discover the heritage.
古代这个火锅还有个称呼叫古董羹，欢迎汤你们咕咚。哦，咕咚。
World Food starts 18th May on the Asian Food Network.
Alaska, a vast wilderness.
You could walk for a year without seeing another person.
Where nature isn't the only force to be reckoned with.
It was definitely something not from this world.
A place more deadly than the Bermuda Triangle.
You enter it at your peril.
We'll examine its strange stories.
This marks the beginning of the Bigfoot territory.
And attempt to unlock its mystery.
It could be one of the biggest stories that's ever broken.
The Alaska Triangle. Wednesdays on Travel Channel.
Whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Idris, you've been chopped. Judges?
Chef Idris, this maniacal basket got the better of you. The wild boar 4 shanks were not cooked properly. The bitter melon was not peeled. We have to chop you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Well done.
It would have meant a lot for me to win today, but the maniacal baskets were truly maniacal. It just wasn't in the cards for me.